Welcome to Sports Jazz. My name is Isaac. Well, today it's a solo ride, and I am so joyful after Man United just beat the Europa. Sorry about that. Once again, guys, please do subscribe to Sports Jazz. Thank you so much for joining. What a game! What a game we just witnessed. I mean, United still unbeaten and still the only unbeaten team in Europe. 72 teams have all competed in the UCL and Europa this season, but only one team is beaten. Rather, is unbeaten. That is Manchester United. And what a game that was, guys. I mean, United beating the best team in La Liga in terms of defense. Because as per stats, Atletico Club has the best defense in La Liga this season. And it's amazing how Man United just washed them in their own backyard in Spain. And by the way, don't forget that's the same field. That's where the finals are going to be held from. So, I mean, that was a warm up for Man United, and I know we are coming strong at Old Trafford. We will be beating Athletic Club, maybe even more goals. And I cannot wait. Beautiful performance from Casemiro, Harry Maguire. I think Ugarte later grew up into the game. Bruno Fernandes, the captain, and will always be the captain. What a player that man is. 37 goal contributions alone this season. Himself, goals and assists. I mean, he was excellent. A true captain performance. Of course, for me, Casemiro, man of the match. And he was unreal today. He was unreal. Yes, Hoyland also looked sharp and improved. You know, he improved tonight. Garnacho, to me, he was way better than Nico Williams. Miles ahead. We also that first goal being disallowed. Lenny Yoro gets better every game. Maguire, he's called Haridinho. That's his new name. We are calling him Haridinho. Anyhow, guys, now back to business. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Sports Jazz. My name is Isaac. Bilbao being beaten by Manchester United, the best team with the best. The only team in La Liga that has the best stats when it comes to defense. What a game we just saw, man. I couldn't believe this. And surprisingly, I told Josh that United will be beating Atletico Club, or rather, Bilbao. United will be beating Bilbao 4 goals. And he told me 4 goals. Who's going to score those goals? From where? Well, Josh, I am happy to prove you wrong today that those goals have come in. I don't know what you're going to say on our next stream, because I'm going to have you. I'm going to host you. And I want you to tell me where those goals have been. I mean, where they all passed. But it was amazing. It was amazing seeing Man United beat comfortably. You know, they dominated throughout the whole entire game, rushing Bilbao 3-0 at San Mamés Stadium. You know, it's called the Cathedral because of how the fans cheer every time they are home. But today, it wasn't the Cathedral. You know, we came with our own cathedral. United came with our own, rather with their own cathedral. The players were amazing. Maguire doing a few dribbles, you know. Casemiro, Maguire, that surging run and delivering a cross which Ugarte just flicked on for Casemiro to head in from close range, giving us our first lead in the first half. Amazing, amazing. The penalty in the 37th minute, Rasmus Hoyland being fouled by Daniel Vivian, who was later, by the way, sent off. Earning United a penalty. That was also very, very beautiful. Fernandes calmly converted that penalty, rolling it into the bottom right. Now, that was goal number 2. I'm walking you through every moment of this game, just trying to show you how beautiful it was. Fernandes scoring the second goal, his second goal, which was the third goal for Man United in the added minutes of extra time, of the first half. He scored his second goal, making it a brace, capitalizing on United's dominance after the red card. A well-taken finish to give United a commanding lead at the first half, or rather halftime, 3-0. And, we should have beaten Bilbao for 5 goals, by the way. We should have won them 5 goals. I know it's a stretch if I say they might come. I mean, there's a chance. There's always a chance. We've seen this. Liverpool stand someone. Was it AC Milan back then in Champions League? Came back from a 3. Actually, it was even the finals. First half, came back in the second half, scored 3 goals to make 3-3, and went into, extra time to win the game. So penalties. So yeah, um, but I don't see that happening. I do not see Bilbao coming back, scoring 5 goals at Old Trafford, and United not answering with a goal. There have to be questions. And by the way, today Josh keeps saying United players need to ask questions. Well, Josh, you got the answers today. Questions were asked and answers were also provided. We were very good today, by the way. The setup, how the boys played, how they contained. I was very worried about Bilbao. Seriously, they have been very great. I think they are currently fourth, not so sure, in La Liga. But in terms of defense in La Liga, they are number one. They've been so good. But how we managed to score 3 goals past them, and don't talk about the penalty. Yes, it's still a goal. How we managed to score those goals, it's amazing. Beating a club like Atletico Bilbao, because all odds were against Man United. Of course, we are very poor. We are doing currently horribly in the EPL, not even EPL, all domestic cups or competitions in England. We've been so poor. We've been knocked out of Carabao. We've been knocked out of the FA and the Premier League. We are so bad, in fact, bottom half of the table. At one point, I even thought we were going for relegation, but the miracle still stays in Europa League, still unbeaten, guys. And we have managed to beat Bilbao 3 goals in the first half semifinals. Right, yeah, first leg semifinals of the Europa League. So who knows? It's like we have one step into the finals already. I know people don't want to believe that, but I'm telling you, we already have a step. We are there. Like it or not, the dream continues. We have a step into the final. We have a leg, a foot right into the finals. And it's amazing, man. It's amazing because no one saw this coming. People wrote us off. And I just can't thank Amarim enough. Not that we are very, very good overall, but at least today we proved that we can play well. The players can do what the manager expects them to do and tells them to do. We had Alejandro Ganacho's early goal that disallowed for offside, and right after that, by the way, Bilbao started strongly. Inaki Williams missing a close range header, the one that went over the bar, but I must also say that red card for Daniel Vivian, he's dismissed in the 35th minute for fouling Rasmus Højlund, that shifted the momentum of the game. He left Bilbao exposed with 10 men for most of the match. I even asked myself, why didn't we play this kind of football when we were playing against Bournemouth? There are 10 men. It was a draw 1-1 and we scored late. Rasmus Højlund. We should have done the same thing that we did today. But yeah, Nico Williams created a chance for Bilbao, but shot deflected wide for a corner. And of course, Casemiro in the second half, was it 64th minute? I think Casemiro nearly scored the second goal. He nearly had a brace, heading a Fernandez corner into the post. Inaki Williams still, he's a good player. He's a good player. I know things went south today, but Inaki is a good player. You've been asking questions about him. Take him if you want him. He's a good player. But yeah, of course, Magnifico, Bruno Fernandes, I'm telling you, best player for Man United this season. He's been excellent. He's been magnificent. A real captain, a real leader, by the way. So composed. I know people complain about him throwing hands in the air. Well, as a Man United fan, I say we do not care. For as long as he's bringing results, he's scoring, he's assisting. The man has 37 goal contributions, goals and assists this season. What a player he is, what a player, man. He actually, was it the last 5 minutes of the game? He almost scored another one, the one that the keeper punched out. He almost scored another one. Yeah, and of course, by the way, good news, Amad Diallo back from injury, replacing Garnacho. Kobe Mino also came on for Patrick Dogu, which also bolstered our control. I'm very back to Amad Diallo. I'm very, very happy that the kid is back to playing football. I was actually worried because we all remember at the start or beginning of the, when he had that injury, rumors were he's out for the rest of the season, just like Lisandro Martinez. But I'm very happy that he's back at the beginning. Rather, he's back, he's playing, and That means he's going to be also having some minutes over the weekend, which is good. And even in the second at Old Trafford, second leg of the semi-finals of the Europa, he's going to feature. Now we need that right wing back magician coming back, giving us what if. And he can play as a right wing back, and he can play as a striker. He can play even behind the two, rather as one of the tens behind the striker. So it was really incredible, guys. I mean, seeing the kid back on the pitch, uh, beautiful. So yeah, I mean, for those of you who keep criticizing Amorim, I'm not saying he's done so well. Of course, it's been poor ever since he joined, and you can barely blame him. The man inherited a very, very unbalanced team. He has a completely different setup in terms of formation. So he needs his own players. But I really hope and I pray that we win, or we advance to the finals of the Europa, and we win the Europa League Cup. That will be massive for Man United in terms of attracting players coming to the club. Financially, there is 85.5 million pounds, in terms of revenue. If Man United advance and win, advance to the Champions League, qualify, and by qualifying, that means they have to win the Europa League. So uh, I know we have a step into the finals, and I really pray and hope we will lift it. But Spurs also beat Bodo Glimt. Was it 3-1? I don't want Spurs has beaten us three times this home and away, and in one other competition. I don't remember this season already. So I do not want to play Spurs in the finals. Give us Bodo Glimt, please. I hope you guys do your magic when Spurs comes over. I mean, I don't want us to be playing Spurs. But if it comes to the worst and it's Spurs, well, we will be strapped. We will be ready for Spurs, and they can bring it on. They can bring it on. We'll be happy to face Spurs. I know it will be a different thing now. Not like when Amorim had just joined. So it's okay. Let them give us Spurs. I mean, it's by the way, this proves something to everyone that has been underestimating teams from the Premier League. To have Arsenal in the of course they lost to PSG. To have Arsenal in the semi-finals of the Champions League, and you have another two English teams, Spurs and Man United, in the Europa League semi-finals, still in the Conference League, where you have Chelsea also there. They just thrashed. I think for them, they've already qualified. Was it 4-1? Also, in the conference, those are four English Premier League teams in the semi-finals, in the European semi-finals. Four English Premier League teams in the European semi-finals. You have Chelsea in the Conference League. They've actually technically qualified already to the finals. You have Man United and Spurs, who already both have 1 foot into the finals. Then you also have Arsenal that lost to PSG at the Emirates 1-0, but anything can always happen, But still, they're not yet out, also in the finals. What does that tell you about the Premier League? I think the standards have really raised. A lot of you people look down on the Premier League, but well, now there you have it. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Turn on the notifications. What a game. What a game. I'm just really so excited. Very, very much excited. Let's look at player performances, guys. United's key players in the 3-0 Europa League semi-final first leg win over Bilbao. Of course, overall, Bruno Fernandes, the magician, magnifique. Bruno Fernandes, what a player he is. What a player. He's done incredibly well this whole season. Again, 37 goal contributions, goals and assists only in this season. And today he has scored twice, a penalty and another goal towards the end of first half. He's been pivotal in United's playing, rather in United's attacking play. The penalty was coolly taken after Rasmus Højlund being fouled. But I mean, after that penalty, it's like it's like we fell. It's like we rose up. It's like it was that only spark that we needed in this game, and we never looked back. We played so well. We dominated much of the game. We had better shots on target. Incredible. Bruno Fernandes, 2 goals, high pass accuracy over to 85 to 95. Those of you who have seen the stats earlier on, multiple key passes. And to me, Fernandes was the heartbeat of United's attack, and he is still overall the heartbeat of Man United's attack this season. I mean, in this game that just ended, beating Bilbao 3-0, he dictated the tempo, exploiting Bilbao's 10-man disadvantage. And we did not look back when they got that red card. We capitalized on that. And Fernandez's vision and composure under pressure was exceptional. Very, very exceptional. So, yeah, his penalty shifted the momentum of the game. It was decisive. And the second goal just killed Bilbao, man. They killed the hopes. It was the nail in the coffin. That was Bruno Fernandes for you. And I give him a 9 out of 10. Then Casemiro, by the way, Casemiro has improved. The first games under Ruben Amorim were really poor for him. I remember he was even substituted. He didn't start some of the games, but he came back slowly by slowly. He sat. In fact, a week ago, Amorim said players like Casemiro have changed his mind. They didn't start so well, but right now he's becoming undroppable. And I know he was on the radar to be sold in the summer, but I don't think he's going to be sold. And I'm happy for him to stay. Of course, I'm not saying we shouldn't buy players. We need to get players because Ericsson is going in the midfield. We just need to have to boost the midfield. And if Edison can come in from Atlanta, that will be superb. That will be superb. But yeah, keeping Casemiro around is also good, for kids like Sekou Kone. Harry Amas plays as a left wing back, sometimes comes into the midfield. Toby Collier, midfield, the DM. It's very good for all these players to play and learn under Casemiro. In fact, even Manuel Ugarte said he's learning a lot of things from Casemiro. Now, back to the game. Opened the scoring, of course, line, gave us a header. That was 30 minutes. Yeah. Gave us a header after a flick from Manuel Ugarte, and he nearly added a second goal late in the second half that hit the post. He delivered a dangerous cross. I don't remember, was it the 80th or 81, 80, 82nd? That was dangerous, That was dangerous. It was amazing, amazing. But yeah, he has 1 goal. He played so good today. His passes were strong. His pass accuracy was on. And it looks like Casemiro rolled back the years when he was, still commanding the discipline, the tempo in the midfield, combining defensive solidarity with offensive threat. I'm not just heaping praise, but the boys did an exceptional job today. And back to Casemiro, his goal showcased his aerial ability. It's surprising, by the way, when you look at him, you do not think he's good in the air, And of course, he was one of those. He was a midfield maestro, controlled the midfield and which allowed United to dominate possession nearly 65% early into the game. So, I mean, you have to give him his flowers. He has to give him his flowers. But yeah, he's occasionally overcommitted in tackles, but was rarely exposed today. So, his opening goal, punishing Bilbao's early defensive lapses, that was a key moment. That is Casemiro, and I would rate him 8.5 over 10. Then Harry Maguire, Harry Dino. I've seen it on Twitter. His face, trying to show Twitter, man. Trying to, change the whole thing, comparing him to Ronaldinho. But anyway, no disrespect to Ronaldinho, of course. He's, I'm just saying this is all banter. But Maguire has come back to life under Ruben Amorim. I think it's because of the system, because we remember under Southgate playing for the Three Lions, every time Maguire was playing in the back three, he played so well. And it looks like he's doing an incredible job today. Very, very incredible job. Provided the flick on assists for Casemiro's goal, dominated midfield battles and maintained high intensity, high pressing, disrupted Bilbao's attempts to build through the midfield. He has an assist already, he created an assist, or in other words, he was that is Manuel Ugarte, by the way. But back to Maguire. Sorry, that was Manuel Ugarte. I'm getting excited. Back to Maguire. I would say he was a rock and a surprising catalyst today. He played so well, especially attacking, And Amarim said he's a good attacker. Anyway, yeah, switching to Manuel Ugarte, I was saying he provided an assist for Casemiro, dominated the midfield. He did so well, maintained the high intensity. He didn't start so well. He grew up later and, was into the game. But I like how he disrupted and, every effort that Bilbao tried to build in the midfield. He was there to just disrupt them. That is very, very good. Of course, an assist for Casemiro's goal. Then Rasmus Højlund, I would give him 8, by the way. I would give him 8. And Harry Maguire, I would also give him 8. Rasmus Højlund today, he didn't score, but of course, we know he won us the penalty, by drawing a foul from Daniel Vivian, leading to Vivian's red card, which also helped because that red card really changed the whole game. It changed the momentum of the game. And I would give him 7.5 today. He really did so well, but he needs to score goals, He needs no goals, likely 1 or 2 shots. His working rate today was impressive, especially in pressing. Overall, I would say Højlund's movement and physicality troubled Bilbao today. It troubled the defense, and his penalty winning run was very, very, very decisive. As I said, it was a game changer. But he lacked clear scoring chances, and although he worked tirelessly, I must say I don't see Rasmus Højlund at Man United next season. Truthfully, I do not see him. There's a kid that we are about to sign. I think he's also striker. I'm not saying he's the one who's going to come and replace him, but I know United are going to go in for someone. They're already asking questions about Matheus Cunha, who will be playing as a 10, one of the 10s behind the striker. He can also play as a striker, but he's coming into play as a 10. And I don't know. The problem is that we need to sell players to get players, but it would be so great to have Matheus Cunha, Bruno Fernandes, or even Garnacho behind a player like some would say Osimhen, but I personally, I prefer a player like Gyökeres, who has 51 goals in 48 games the whole season. So I would prefer Victor Gyökeres. But yeah, that is it. Of course, moving on, Alejandro Garnacho today, I would give him a 7/10. He didn't do so bad. He was good. 3 goals. He had a goal disallowed early on into the game. Stretched Bilbao's defense, with his space and created space for others. And I think he did well before he was substituted off for Amad Diallo in the 84th minute. He did well. Garnacho was lively today. Of course, less clinical than his teammates. Besides that early goal, but that was disallowed. But he was fine. He was fine. Quickly, I would also say Andre Onana also did well. Yeah, that Nico Williams deflected shot. He did well. Mazarawi, oh my God, by the way, Mazarawi should be arrested. That's what is on X. People are saying Mazarawi should be arrested. For having Nico Williams disappear the whole entire game. He was in his pocket. He did incredible. He did an incredible job. You have to give it up for Mazarawi. An incredible job. Diallo came on and he looked sharp, by the way. So happy for his return. It's refreshing to have Amad Diallo back. Kobe Mino also, he did well. He came on, was it 84th minute? Yeah, he helped. He helped to maintain control, showed composure. Limited time, but a promising cameo. Kobe Mino for you. So, Atletico Bilbao, why do I keep saying Atletico? Athletic Bilbao, today, to me, I think they were overconfident. They thought them being home, they had everything figured out. And maybe that is one of the reasons that's why they lost. And remember, Valverde won them. He told them United has very good players. I don't know. Yes, they look weak in the league, domestically, but when it comes to Europe, they've done so well, still unbeaten. Actually, the only team that is still unbeaten across Europe, all competitions today. The Champions League, the Conference League, the Europa League. That is Manchester United for you. So yeah, tactical wise, under Ruben Amorim, United played with confidence. We exploited Atletico Bilbao's high line early, dominated after that red card. It was a game changer. And the midfield trio of Ugarte, Fernandez, and Casemiro, they pulled their A game today. We overwhelmed Bilbao. They overwhelmed Bilbao. Maguire's defensive solidarity and attacking contributions also highlighted to our balance. You know, he incredible, incredible. The three, you can say 3-5-2 or 3-4-2-1 formation suffocated Bilbao in transition a lot, a lot. So it's amazing to see. It's a great feeling to have Man United win. You know, to feel this way, having a step into the finals of the Europa, and I hope we advance. I hope when they come at Old Trafford, second leg, we thrash them. Standout performers again: Fernandez, Casemiro, Maguire, Ugarte. Wow, delivered a blend of creativity, physicality, and composure. You know, they did extremely. I must emphasize, extremely well today, and that is you know, Manchester United for you today. I know a lot of people were saying, I saw Manchester United, sorry, Arsenal fans, you know, trying to troll us earlier, but that didn't work out for you. It didn't work out for you. Of course, Joshua Zaxi, I saw him celebrating. I'm checking something here. Before even Bruno Fernandes took the penalty, he was saying never in doubt, never in a doubt. And the penalty went straight in. I think you saw the Instagram post, and he was already celebrating, After the game, of course, we had a chance to ask, rather the Amarim had a chance to speak to journalists, and he was being asked on Hoyland, and he said, I think it was his best game since I arrived. He helped the team a lot. He kept the ball, made the runs, made good decisions. It's a good moment, but he has to understand that everything can change. So he has to focus on the next game. In other words, he really has to score goals. That's what he's trying. He has to move on and look for goals. He has to look for goals. Once again, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Man United beating Bilbao 3-0 in the first leg of the semifinals. What a game we had. Still going through the interview. Amorim post match interview. He said on Maguire, he said it's a good lesson for all players. Sometimes you can be at rock bottom and you think you'll never get out. There are times in players' life when they have to understand that they just have to keep working and everything can change. I do agree with him. That is very, very correct. Very, very correct. I saw Rio Ferdinand. He was on for TNT Sports, but every time United would score, he was being muted, you know, because, you know, he has to be a bit of he has to show his balance, but at one point he couldn't hide his excitement. Yeah, he was also interviewing Bruno Fernandes, and Fernandes said, to be honest, I feel the pressure for every penalty. That's a good thing in football, and we have to enjoy, because when I finish my career, that pressure will go away and I will be much more relaxed. The manager and physio say that I need to relax. That's him. Still Amorim on Lindelof save. Sorry, guys. Amorim on Lindelof saves. He says it was an important moment for him, but even more for the team. He's an experienced player who fights for the team. Incredible. Just a minute. Just a minute. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Glory, glory, Man United. Oh man, someone is confusing me, guys. Someone is confusing me. I have friends texting me. They can't also hide the excitement. But yo, I mean, what a game today. What a game. Man United proving that, yes, even when they're doing so bad domestically, they've been knocked out of the FA, knocked out of the Carabao, doing so poor in the Premier League, they can still pull out or put up a very good performance, and they just did that in the Europa League. I know we are I'm telling you, I feel it in my bones. We have already qualified to the finals, and I'm hoping we win. I'm only worried that Spurs might also be there. They've already beaten us 3 times this season, home and away in the Premier League. And also, I don't know whether it was Carabao or FA. I don't really care. But I mean, bring it on. Whoever comes in the finals, you know. Amorim, when asked if this was his best performance, he said best performance, maybe best results, because nobody expected it. And we saw two games today, the first 25 minutes, and then after the goal, and then after the goal and the red card, the game changed. In the second half, we tried to be careful. We had chances, but the most important thing is that we won. Um, Joshua Zagzi, oh yeah, he's posting. He's all over internet posting Bruno Fernandes the penalty. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. I know it's a joyful moment right now for all Man United fans. Quite incredible to go to Spain, especially at that field. It's not easy to get 3 points. It's never easy to get 3 points. I'm telling you, from Spain, we don't even have a good record when it comes to Spanish teams. We've always fumbled, we've always struggled, but it's so happy. Rather, it's so good, and it feels happy. It feels good to confidently beat Atletico Bilbao. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Yeah, and yeah, I'll be ending my stream, guys. Glory, glory, Man United. Don't forget to subscribe. Please turn on the notifications. Isaac, I am signing out. Cheers, everyone.